a video on YouTube about a scientific study that was done. I forgot exactly what it's called, but it ultimately drew the conclusion that uh, basically men go down a spectrum. Basically, most of the people are up here, but men's the way that they think is more extreme. So they'll go farther this way or this way. I forgot exactly what they said, but I'll look that up before I post the video. But I saw that, and they had this whole thing where all these women in the education world were really mad about this because it does sound sexist. It's very sexist sounding, but it makes sense from a evolutionary standpoint. Okay, it makes sense because what it is the guys are basically on the further extremes, the extremes of the scenarios. There's smarter guys, and let's face it, guys have invented most things in this world, right? Well, it is what it is, right? And we are the givers of the energy, and women are the receivers. And if you had women who were too smart, they're just as smart as the guys, or smarter than guys, then guess what they're going to do? They're going to say, hey, I'm not going to let you fuck me. Why would I let your stupid ass fuck me? I'm so much smarter than you. Why am I going to bend over and let you stick your dick inside of me and fuck me? That's not going to happen. That's what would happen. That's what would happen in evolution, okay? So, as a countermeasure to the entire effect, because the bottom needs to not be as smart as the top. That's just that. That's human evolution. That's evolution, how it plays out. Because ultimately, if it wasn't that way, then women would say, I'm not letting you go inside of me because I'm too smart for that shit, and you're an idiot, obviously. But if they saw that, then it would be counterproductive for the species, us, everyone. So it's programmed where they don't even see that, and they can't even think that way, and they think in another way, in more ways that make guys complete. It's you gotta have both things here. That's why it's a balance. The whole system is a balance. But I will say that the study that was done is correct because of simple human nature. Because if you didn't have it, women would say a long time ago, yeah, you're not fucking me. No, you're not doing that. You're too stupid to fuck me. And it would cause lots of problems. Lots and lots of problems. So these scientists that published this, and it was by the NSF, National Science Foundation, they were forced to recant their statements, and one of the scientists backed out of it and left his colleague to face the full blunt force of the shit, which is just wrong, because it's an oppression of actual science. And you don't want to sound misogynistic or fucking have too much shit, but the facts are the facts, okay? Facts are the facts. And if it wasn't this way, women would they wouldn't be having kids. They wouldn't have kids with guys. They'd be like, fuck this guy, because we're not that smart, us guys. I'm not sure if you realize that. And we fly off the hinges in one direction, you know what I'm saying? That's what we do. But that's what attracts women. That's what attracts a woman. And that's why we do it. It's because it attracts a woman. Going to the extreme sides of life, positive or negative or whatever it may be. And there's a lot more to it than that. And it's just how evolution was set up. It's nothing to be mad about. And ultimately, I know this sounds fucked up, but this is the truth for you, okay? Every single man in this world, every woman in this world, every woman in this world will one day be a man, and every man was once a woman. So get that in your head and think about that for a minute. There's a higher chain of hierarchy in this game that we call life, and people pay more for privilege. When you go and you sign up to play the game, it's just like Sims. You have a certain amount of total points you can put down. You pay more money for more points when you go into the game. And when you come in, you've paid up your fees, and now what you've done is you've taken your soul, you've taken it out of your body, which is on a different planet, far away from here. You've inputted it through faster than the speed of time, because your soul travels through time, where time is no longer a variable, and it goes faster than time, arrives here, lands. You spend your whole life in this body. You paid for all the upgrades, whatever you got. You paid for the bare minimum, whatever you did, and you got here, and you got yourself a body. And now, after you've done that, you live your whole life until you die, however long that may be, because you're going to die. And when you die, the plan, the way the game is designed, through fear makes you return back to your body, your original body. Fear makes you go to the light. Okay? That's why fear's here. Because fear, without fear, you would just stay in this game. You would say, fuck that, I'm going to go find another damn body. You're going to take your soul and go find another fucking body, like I did. And, because this one was all fucked up, smashed his head, boom, was dead, and fucking left and went to the light. So I'm going to go back to the light. And the body's perfectly good. Perfectly fucking good body here. This motherfucker just abandoned the fucking body right in the middle of the most important time ever. So I was like, alright, well, hey, if you're gonna waste it, we're gonna fucking grab it and put it back into use again. So, now we're here. We got a new body. We have all the information of the subconscious world of timelessness, of everything that's gonna happen. And we know the future. And we know it's gonna happen. That's why we already know Andrew Yang will be president, because that's part of the plan. And shit's panning out the way we want it to. Okay? And basically, when you go to the light, you go back to your original body. And it's been less than 1 second. It's not even been a second. You've just went in, boom, boom, you're out. Just like that, you've spent an entire lifetime here on this world and gaining a lifetime of experience in a matter of a second. Because overpopulation, it's just like a world of abundance over on that side, except it's not abundant. It's abundant here. We have such high technology, we can live forever basically. Putting ourselves in and going back out. So my trip might take a little bit longer because I got more bodies and I don't go back to the fucking light like an idiot and have to pay again to get back in here. And that's why Satan was exiled to Earth, where he had his kingdom here, because he didn't go back and pay again. He didn't go back to the light for judgment and all the bullshit, flippity floppity, okay? He decided to stay here, and this would be his new domain. They pulled the plug on his body, up there, womb. His soul's trapped here on Earth forever. Okay? So, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with who cares where your soul's at? Who gives a fuck? You're gonna die one place or another, and you'll be back in it again. You'll be right back in. But it's fun. Okay, we enjoy playing this game, and this is a very important time to be alive. That's why I can't just waste this body and let it just die. It's just against all the codes. It's against everything. It's against it all. So what can we do? We have all the knowledge. I don't have all the knowledge of this person, and I know who I am. I know who he was or whatever. But hey, I'm not the same. I'm not the same as I ever will be or have been. I'm always changing. All the time. Multiple controls. And fulfilling destiny. And that's why we know Andrew Yang will become president and everything will be good in the whole world, worldwide. Because we're going to make not just policies here in this world, in this time, but we're going to change the future. Like, that's what we're doing. Going back, changing the future, you know, I'm making my gold magnet. So yeah, if you've been told that gold is not magnetic in any way, that's something else I can tell you about. Gold is magnetic. You use the lens effect to make a gold magnet. And what you do is you have a big, huge, like inner tube shape donut, right? And that's all carbon fibers, a shell, right? And on the inside of that shell, you have spinning electromagnets, all spinning up towards the center, all around this thing, you know? And they're all spinning up towards the center, and as they're moving, they're enclosed with carbon fiber on the outside, so nothing can get stuck to the magnets. So iron will get stuck to the outside shell, and the gold will be pushed towards the center. And if it goes too far this way, this one will push it back this way. If this one goes back too far this way, then it'll push it up this way. And if it does that, then it will be always concentrating all the gold right in the center and up and lifting it, like holding it right here as it's these spinning electromagnets concentrate the gold. So gold is magnetic, aluminum is magnetic, copper is magnetic. All metals are magnetic. Okay? And that's another one of the messages we came. Go ahead and get in here because ultimately we're going to mine the planet for all of its gold anyways. That's why we're here, to mine gold. So gold, that's the best extraction method to get gold out of whatever you're trying to get it out of. Crush it up, put it on a shaker, shake it, and having spinning electromagnets spinning up towards the center. That's a little fucking tip for you. There you go. I'm mixing that in with political stuff and other shit. So, all sorts of shit all at once. Okay? Vote for Andrew Yang because that's what's meant to be. That's part of the reason why we came back, to make sure we didn't slip down the wrong universes and fuck shit up. Trying to change the ultimate percentage of universes here into positive light. Okay? And if we could change this one right now, the one that we're in, then we'll affect all the other ones down the line. And we want it to work for everyone because the current system is totally failing and we can't have that. We cannot have that's unacceptable. Okay? So, make sure you get out there and vote for Andrew Yang because you know you want that $1,000 and you know someone else might need that $1,000 and that someone else might be you who needs that $1,000. Okay? There's people out there starving. There's people out there killing for food in this world. We got to make the world a better place, and we got to do it worldwide. Everything, not just for America. Because people will be moving here and shit and having kids because guaranteed universal basic income. But we should be able to have these policies worldwide. Okay? That's it. I love you all, and I just want what's best for you. I won't what's best for the world. Okay? Vote for Andrew Yang. That's the most important thing you need to do right now in this time that's coming up. Help Andrew Yang. Donate money. Do whatever you gotta do. No other candidate out there is worth it. And if the DNC picks a terrible candidate like Joe Biden or Elizabeth Warren, then I even will have to say Donald Trump will win. Donald Trump will win if you don't pick Andrew Yang. If you don't pick Andrew Yang, Donald Trump's going to win. And if you pick one of these terrible people, I will vote for Andrew Yang over them because I will write him in. Fuck the system. I'm going to make a fucking point here that we're not just going to follow past beliefs. Shit that's been passed down from generation to generation. Why? Because that's just stupid. It's a dumb thing to do. If you just follow what other people are doing, then you're going to get in some deep shit. You got to think for yourself. And don't let anyone control your thoughts. Okay? Roll with the flow. Go smoke some fucking weed. Free your mind. Do some acid. Do some shrooms. Do all sorts of shit. Okay? Let go. Don't try to be in control. That's one of the major powers. And I was talking earlier about, women and guys and differentials and shit. Women have a much better mind about them for embracement of what's happening. They are able to embrace what's happening and not be so mad that they don't have control. They're able to be bent over and fucked. Let's just think about that for a minute. If you're able to do that and you're able to take that as a person, you are very highly elevated. And in your next life, you will not have that at all as a guy. It is a major loss for men. Men have a major big ego and they never want to let go. They never can just accept the fact of whatever's happening and embrace to the current situation. And that's something, it builds soul. It builds soul throughout your character dynamic in the game of life. Because you'll see these different lives you lived. All the different lives you came and played in the game. And when you're back into the timelessness of the higher dimensions, then you will not really care about the small details. Everything is the big picture is all there in timelessness. You know everything that's ever happened throughout all time. That's a lot of shit all at once. It's bodilessness, no body. You're back into the flow of the universe. Okay? And when you get there, you really want to go back into the third dimension again. You really like occupying bodies and having our own possessions, our own stuff, because all this stuff makes us feel like we are singular. We like singularity. Singularity is fun. Singularity gives us a feeling that we really enjoy. That's the reason why we keep coming back here, because ultimately, the real, true smart people are those who are selfless, who do not care about themselves. They exist merely to serve the greater good. And in the future, that is how all people will act. To exist to serve the greater good of the entire world, the entire universe, everything, because we all came from the original same tree of life. It's all one tree. Every alien, every fucking bacteria, every virus, every algae, every fish, every human, everything, every animal, even little dogs like Scrappy over there. We all came from the same tree of life, okay? We're all connected. And your feminine powers are very strong if you're a woman, and your manliness is your biggest downfall as a man, but it's also your biggest strength. So your ego will be tested, and you will be forced to let go in a body that you do not want to lose control in, because your body will say, you don't want to lose control here. You do not want to lose control. Don't lose control. Don't do that. That's what your male body will tell you to do. But if you're smart and you can embrace the feminine mindset, then you will become more than just one type of person. You can become everything. And just accept and go with the flow. Know that life always follows the river. We all signed up to come here and ride down the go rafting on the river of life, okay? Everyone's river is different, right? Everyone's river has different turns, different ways it goes. But it always goes downhill, okay? If you try to fight the river, and you try to climb up the banks, and I don't ever go on this river anymore, I don't want to be here, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do it. The river doesn't give a fuck. You're destined to do whatever you're destined to do. The river says you're going to the end of this river, and there's no way you can get out of it. The end of the river is death, okay? And when you make it to the end, you're done. That was your whole journey. But you can't get out of the river. No matter how hard you try, and the more you try to escape and go up the banks and try to forge your way in a path that's not meant for you, the steeper the banks will become, and slipperier they will become. They'll suck you right back in. Only until the moment of acceptance can you float easily on the river of life. If you cannot accept in your mind what's happening in your world, if you cannot embrace what's happening, you will be so distraught when the universe throws major fucking twists in your plot, in your character development, and the universe decides to say, hey, we're gonna fucking throw some twists at you, and if you're not willing to say, hey, this is what's meant to be, this is the path of destiny, the path that I am meant to go down, if you're not willing to accept that, it's gonna be a hard fucking rough ride, and you're gonna be splashing and screaming the whole way fucking down. The sooner you can let go and embrace and go with the flow of the river of life, the better off you'll be. So, I think I want to leave y'all on that, because this video is getting kind of long, and I don't know how many people even watch this. Who knows? But everything's out there. If you're smart, maybe you want to subscribe to my channel. Probably a good idea, because I know what's going on in the world. I'm gonna sound like an arrogant asshole, but that's my ego speaking, because I am a guy. And that's just what it is, okay? I just want you to know that I love you all, and I want what's best for the entire world. And I hope that you vote for Andrew Yang. I hope that people embrace science as spirituality as one, because they are as one. And I want you to know that no matter what happens, you don't need to fear robotics taking over the world or anything like that, because we have the power of time on our side as bioorganic robots. we have the power of time. We can travel through it, go back, fix the problems. Everything that's panning out in the moment has gone. We've all gone back millions of times and fixed tiny errors where we fucked up. We went down the wrong road one day and there was a deer and it jumped right in front of the windshield and flew in and killed you. Boom. Went back and fixed that problem in the next life. And we're constantly fixing problems as we're panning through life. And it's all going with the flow and it's all happening the way that it's meant to happen. So I want you to know that no matter what happens, just know that something even worse could have happened and you could be dead right now, but you're still alive. And what's important is going to happen, and you can't stop destiny. Destiny is all-knowing. It's playing the end game, okay? And no matter how bad it seems, what's going on, it can always get worse, but it's gonna get better, okay? We're gonna make it better. That's why we're here. So I want you to just go with the flow. Make sure you vote for Andrew Yang, even if you have to write him in. If they're stupid enough to not pick him as the candidate, they'll write him in. Because fuck the system. Fuck the system. I mean, when you have the lowest 80% of the population as far as money goes, lowest 80% have less than a 10% interest in the stock market, have less than 10%, own less than 10% of the stock market total value, then what the hell is the point? We see stock shit on TV all the time. That doesn't do anything for the person. It doesn't do anything for me. It doesn't do anything for you. It doesn't help the guy holding up his fucking sign, asking for food on the side of the street, asking for money. It doesn't do anything for them. Nope, it doesn't. But, I don't know. In time, we want to be your best friend. East Side love is living on the West End. So, there you go. Adios. Till next time, keep it sublime.